Welcome to Curious Goldfish, a podcast community where music and curiosity come together through interesting conversations with the music makers of our world. I'm your host, Jason English. You can find Curious Goldfish in all the major podcast and social media platforms, and of course, we have all of our content on our website, curiousgoldfish.com. Anna,
thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here.
I'm super excited. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. So I came across you as one of the profiles of artists down here at the 30th Songwriters Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't reach out to 125 people to interview. I kind of pick and choose, but why I picked out you, among other things, really was the fact that you're from Woodstock, Georgia, and I live, 15 minutes from Woodstock.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's interesting. It'd be great to catch up with you, and it's worked out. So really appreciate it. I guess, how'd you get involved in the Songwriters Festival this year?
Yeah, so this is actually my third time doing the 38 Songwriters Festival. I started performing and doing professional gigs when I was around 14, 15. And then in 2021, at the end of the year, I just heard by word of mouth about the 38 Songwriters Festival, and it looked just really cool, and I really wanted to see if I could get in, so I signed up. And I was lucky enough to get in, and I really enjoyed it, so I always love coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any specific goals this time around that may be different than the previous years?
Not necessarily, although I feel like this year it's been a lot more of networking and stuff. And what's nice is since it's my third time doing it, there are a lot of people that I've met from previous festivals and stuff that now I know. So when I go to the artist parties and things, I have people to go hang out with and talk to, and then I get to meet their friends and then their friends' friends. So it's really nice to just get to know some more people and be able to share my music with them.
Yeah, I guess that has to be one of the biggest benefits of something like this is the networking and, because the shows are important, but it's also the in-between times, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely, I like to think about it networking. I understand it's very much a business thing, and you want to get to know people and learn about where they've played and just gain knowledge and experience. But I feel I always want to make sure it's beyond that. I'm networking with people that I genuinely enjoy, and I think all these people are cool, and I like to make friends. I'm not here to go find somebody that knows something. I just like getting to know people. Yeah. And it's really cool to see what can just naturally come out of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you're a student at Middle Tennessee State, right?
Yes.
In Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
Why there? Is there a specific reason why you went there?
Yeah. So Middle Tennessee State has a really good recording industry program. And they have 3 different focuses that you can choose from when you do that degree. So they have music business, audio production, and commercial songwriting. So I've been doing songwriting for around 10 or so years now, but I chose that as my focus because there's always more to learn. Because it's not just writing your own songs, it's also figuring out how to market them and write for sync and for movies and things like that. There's just so much to the business. But I'm also taking classes that are about audio production and music business, because even if I don't like that as much as performing, it's really important for me to know what's going on around me and all about the music industry. And I actually have found that I enjoy a lot of those things more than I maybe thought I would. I think I started learning about Pro Tools, and I can actually find my way around it now. I really enjoy it. So yeah, they just have a really good program that helps you learn the most you can about the music business.
Okay. Well, not everybody I talk to is a student in college. Usually it's either they're working full-time as musicians, or they're trying to balance the fact of they need to maintain some sort of day job or side hustle to get the music thing going. So I guess how do you navigate that as a full-time student, working in recording gigs, events, whatever that is?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely a lot. I mean, I don't want to use the word easier, but I think it's been a little easier to navigate that kind of balance in college as opposed to high school. Because since I started doing open mics and things around 13, 12, and then I was going into high school, starting to actually go do professional gigs consistently on my own, I was having to balance it with a very strict, 8 hours a day class schedule that I can't, determine how I want to manage my time for school and stuff. All my classes are set. I can't have my day end earlier or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a lot to work around, but college has been a lot easier because I was lucky enough to come in with a good amount of credits and things. So I have a very malleable, manageable schedule for how many classes I want to take per semester. And the very good thing about your time at recording is I have some friends that are in classes that have studio time and things like that. So especially this past semester, I was fortunate to have a lot of opportunities where my friends are like, I have a project to do next month and I need to record like a band.
No way.
So then we pulled together, me and a bunch of my friends who can all play instruments, and then I sing, and we like sang one of my songs and things. So I feel like college is a lot easier to manage that kind of stuff because I have more control over my schedule. Especially this semester, my Fridays, I made them completely free because I figured out I want to like make sure I keep my connections in Georgia and like the places that I play consistently. So just because I'm out of the state for school doesn't mean I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to use the word only. It's only 3.5 hour drive back. That's
right.
not that bad.
Yeah.
And I can get home on the weekends whenever I want.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Chattanooga's a little dicey with traffic sometimes.
yeah, sometimes we have to back roads, but it's always worth it. So yeah, I just have a lot more control in college over that kind of stuff.
So is your dream to do this music thing full time as a touring, performing, producing, creating artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed performing, and like when I first started, I started songwriting when I was around 11, and I can't even tell you why. It was just something that kind of came naturally to me once I started learning guitar, and like my uncle played guitar, and it was really interesting to me. So when I figured out that I liked songwriting, I knew I wanted to perform, but it was a very terrifying concept at the same time. So the unfortunate answer to solving that kind of fear is just doing it. So I started doing more competitions and open mics, and then I was given the opportunity to start gigging, and then I started booking those shows myself, and then like the more I did it, the easier it became. And yeah, so I figured out I really enjoy performing, and I love festivals like this because when I'm doing a lot of my own like gigs and stuff, a lot of them are like things where I'm going to do a lot more covers.
Yeah.
Because I always want to, I'm catering to the audience, and
Yeah.
every venue's different, and I want to make sure that I'm doing something that's going with like the vibe that the crowd is having. And usually I want things to be a little more upbeat, or that's the atmosphere I'm in. So I'm doing covers because my music's a little more chill sometimes.
Yeah.
So I enjoy things like this where people are coming to learn about other artists and listen to their originals. So yeah, I really like sharing my own music, and I'd love to continue to do that.
All right. Well, that sounds really good. So again, not everybody that I talk to is in college. A lot of them are older, and they struggle with the fact that it's more than the art, and it's more than performing. There's the booking, there's the management, there's the social media aspect. I guess you at your age, do you think that you're at an advantage with having grown up in this age of, whatever, TikTok and the shorts and the reels and the algorithms and everything? Do you feel like is that like second nature to you? Are you trying to take advantage of that?
You mean like social media marketing and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like some of it has become second nature for me. TikTok, funny you mention it, because it might be going away tonight
Right.
at midnight. I'm dating when we're recording this. But yeah, it's very sad to see it go.
Yeah.
That used to be something I was like, I want to go on TikTok and I want to go viral. But like that, the algorithm is unpredictable when it comes to TikTok specifically, and also Instagram Reels and things like that. So I just kind of, in that sense, I don't worry about if the algorithm's going to pick something up or not. I do it for fun. 2 weeks ago, I posted the end of one of my songs, and it was just like a electric guitar outro. And for some reason, it is now at like 146,000 views, and everybody was commenting and favoriting. For me, that was blowing up when it comes to the general stats of my page and my other videos. And it was really nice to see, but I definitely don't rely on like algorithms and being viral and things to market myself.
Yeah.
I've been lucky that my parents, they aren't in the music business, but they both do things that involve the concept of like the gig economy. My mom, she's a graphic designer who has her own business, and my dad has his own cultural consulting business and things like that.
Okay.
So when I started being like dead serious about this and booking shows, they were like, okay, this is they helped me figure out, this is how you write a professional email to a venue. This is how you maybe want to like get things out there and tell people when you're playing. And I do it all myself. I post it all myself. And I was lucky that they supported me, were able to help teach me those concepts.
Yeah.
Because I actually gave a talk at my college, because I'm the president of the Nashville Songwriters Association chapter that we have. And I was talking about gigging, and I made a pie chart, and I said 10% is actually performing, 90% is networking, emailing, networking, emailing, and emailing. Yeah, so I've definitely learned a lot of those, those
All right.
things.
Well, so outside of music, what's most important to you?
Whoa. Just overall? Just
in life. Like, what if you had to like not do music for a day or two or think about it? Maybe you have to, just because that's who you are. But what's most important to you outside of the music?
Definitely my family and my friends, and and also like faith has been a very big part of my journey as well, and like was also a big catalyst for me learning that I enjoy singing and things like that. Like I grew up in church choir and stuff like that, and like working through certain things that you end up writing songs about, like having like God and things like that is a very important like kind of foundation for me. So I think that's probably one of the things that's most important.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in terms of just you, I mean, you're, like I said, 20 or, in college. So you're so young, which is awesome. And you're so mature. And hopefully you don't take offense to that. I would assume
I don't
otherwise.
take that weird.
But, it's really, really impressive. I guess as an artist, you have so much runway to you have another 60 years in you potentially, right? I guess, where do you think you are as an artist today, right? And then where do you want to be?
Okay. Where I think I am, I feel like my dad and I have talked about this throughout, I guess you call it my music journey so far. Like, there are certain points where you're like, okay, we're leveling up. We're leveling up.
Yeah.
Like, at first it was, oh, this is an interesting concept. I like performing. Let's do some open mics. And I did that for a while. I did some competitions, like down at Mad Life Stage and Studios in Woodstock. I did an undiscovered artist competition twice. And then one day I was doing an open mic. Actually, it wasn't specifically then. Actually, it was. So many things happened that I forget the order sometimes. But point being, I ended up doing that stuff. That was like the first stage for me, open mics and competitions and whatever. And then I started getting offers to like, hey, do you want to do a gig? And then I realized that was a possibility. I hadn't even given it a thought before. So I'm like, okay, we're leveling up. We're gigging now. Yeah. And I've been doing that since. I really enjoy it. And once I've gotten deeper into that, I started booking private shows because people are interested. I started playing with friends of mine that are in bands and like opening for them. And this past year was a lot of opening for shows. And then my new level up, I think, is I've started doing a lot more recording.
Yeah, the singles, yeah.
Yeah, because now, especially being at Middle Tennessee, there's a lot more resources that I have there, and friends who are like audio production majors and things like that, and there are like studios available to me. So that's my next level up. Okay, I'm performing. Right. I'm doing some more serious performances, and now I'm actually able to start like developing product to put out. And so I think that's where I am right now. I'm doing some more professional gigs that you'd say, and more festivals, opening for people and putting things out. Where I want to be, I would love to get an album out at some point.
Right.
I want to stop thinking that that's ambitious, because it can be a reality, and the more I've gone down this road, the more possible it definitely becomes. So releasing more music is definitely my goal right now. And farther down the road, I would love to like have a fan base big enough that like constitutes me touring and things like that.
Do you think you have enough songs in the bag to put an album out?
Oh yeah.
That's not the barrier then.
No.
Yeah.
It's just getting it done.
Yeah.
Because also I'm very much a perfectionist, and I need to actually make a solid plan for that. Because I'll always still be writing, but I'm currently still writing and things like that. And I had concepts of albums in the past, but also like I was 16 when I had my last concept for an album, and now I've grown up, and I'm like, maybe I don't want all of those songs out. Maybe I actually don't care about those songs as much as I used to. So if I want to put out an album, I think I need to sit down and like make a very solid plan of what I want to say in an album, what songs that means I need to put in it, and then plan it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe your songwriting? What kind of songwriter are you?
Genre-wise, I'm always around indie, pop, or folk. And do you mean like songwriting style?
Yeah,
Things like
yeah.
that?
Are you literal? Are you rhetorical?
Yeah. I'd say I'm a little bit of both. It kind of depends on what I'm writing about and what I want to say. Like sometimes if I don't want to talk about something literally, I'll find something that kind of disguises it a little bit. But I feel like a lot of the time I am more literal, but I'm not saying it completely directly to you. Like I'm talking about the subject and I'm not veiling it too much. Like, but I'm not saying it exactly how it's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes much sense, but I do like using imagery and metaphors and stuff like that. I think imagery is a big thing that I use. Like I have a song called Butterflies, and it's about like transformation, the soul, and like people who've passed away and things like that. And I wrote it from a specific like thought I was having about someone I knew that passed away. And I feel like butterflies for a lot of people are a symbol. Like if you see one, it's like, oh, there they are, or whatever like that. So in the song, like I'm talking pretty straightforward about it, but in like a soft, like in like a gentle way, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Same Fish, is that another example of that?
Actually, yeah. That one's very literal, even though it makes no sense.
Yeah, I was like, okay, where's this going?
Which is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a song that I enjoy talking about because most of mine, I think maybe every song I've written besides Same Fish, I know exactly what it's about. And that's why I wrote it. Same Fish happened because I had a weird dream and I wrote about it. And I was like, I don't know what it means, but I'm okay not fully explaining it all the time because you can take what you want from it.
Yeah.
For me, what happened was I had this dream where I was with somebody in a boat and we were going down this river and I was telling them like deep stuff. I was telling them about how like my mom's side of the family has anxiety, and their response was, well, it may be a different fin, but it's the same fish it's always been. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? What does that mean?
So you remembered that line from the dream?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's what the person said to me. It was someone I knew at the time, and I woke up and I was like, and like this was in my sophomore year of high school actually.
Yeah.
So I remember things I don't need to remember, and then important events I don't. But I remember that. I was supposed to be doing Algebra 2 homework, and then I was like, no, I can't get this dream out of my head. I need to write this song.
All right.
So that's how that happened.
Well, being the founder of the Curious Goldfish podcast, maybe Same Fish could be, my new theme song or something.
Yeah, I think it needs to be. We were talking about it. I'm like, maybe I should play it and just modify it. Same goldfish. It's always been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Let's do that.
We'll release a second version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So we've talked about the theme of this podcast, and I ask everybody this, but given where you're at in your life and what you've seen and what you hope to accomplish, I guess, what are you most curious about?
What am I most curious about, like, just in the music industry?
It doesn't have to be music related, yeah.
Just
in
overall.
general, yeah, it could be anything.
I mean, I guess I am just still most curious about songwriting. Like, I love things like this and, like, these festivals and things because I get to learn about other people and about their styles of storytelling. Right. So I'm always curious about how people, like, take something that they've experienced or gone through or, like, an emotion that they're feeling and how they decide to showcase it in a song.
Yeah.
And how they decide to write about it, like what metaphors or things that they decide to like present it through. Because everybody has a different style of creating and songwriting, and I think it's really interesting to learn from every time I hear someone play. Because everybody, like, there's so many songs out there about love. For an example, I mean, that's probably like 98% of the songs currently that you'd hear, but they all sound so different. Because everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has something else they've experienced through that kind of emotion.
Right.
And something specific that they want to say. So, yeah, I'm always curious about how people like to present things they've gone through songwriting.
No, that's I love that answer. So, not you, but other younger people I've talked to, they often sort of comment on the fact that, a lot of people kind of give them a hard time because they don't have the necessary life experience to apply to a brilliant song, and and I actually I don't believe in that, because I think youth and all the dreams and beliefs can be incredible inspirations, but I guess so far in your life, so the opposite of love is sort of heartache, or struggle, the valleys of life, I guess, have you experienced anything that has triggered songwriting in a different way than just, happy and love and things like that?
Yeah, I'd say so. And it's not that I've gone through anything like seriously traumatic or anything
Yeah.
like that, but I appreciate and like I agree with what you were saying, where it's like even though you're younger, that doesn't mean you've not experienced a range of emotion or like gone through things that have made you feel intense things. Yeah, I've definitely written things besides joy and like love and stuff. Honestly, I do write songs that are like my song All Right is fun and bumpy, but also if you listen to it, I'm talking about it was actually a song that I wrote a couple months like post breakup. I was talking about like one of the lines I say, I sat in silence so alone I chose a house not a home, but I didn't want to move away. It was like the situation I was
Jeez.
in at the time. Like I love I really care for the person and everything, but I knew eventually like when things like that end, you understand, yes, I cared for you, but I understand that I can't stay here.
Yeah.
So things like that have happened, and then some of my more recent songs are like, yeah, there are things that I've experienced, I think, and like heartbreak and things like that, where they've definitely triggered things to write about. And what's funny is like when you go through a heartbreak or something like that, I may write a million songs. You're not going to hear them. You're going to hear like 2, maybe. Because at least for me, songwriting a lot of the time is like a personal journal when I'm too lazy to write in my personal journal. So yeah, it's really fun to like, I say fun, even if you're not in a good headspace or anything like that, it definitely makes you feel better to be able to like lay things out, put them in a format where you can kind of process them and just kind of get it out of your system. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, we can't wait to see more and hear more from you.
Thank you.
This year and beyond, obviously. So really appreciate your time, Anna.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And I'd love if you could play some music.
Of course.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. My name's Anna Shinholster, and this is my song called Same Fish. You and I sailed down the street, not looking for any shore. Drifting away, I told you things I've never told anyone before. You said it's a different thing, but it's the same fish it's always been. You said it's a different thing, but it's the same fish it's always been. It's always been. No paddles on board. Baby, we were built to coast. You sat facing me. We trust the wind to take us where we'll go. It may be a different thing, but it's the same fish it's always been. It may be
It's always been, it's always been.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Anna Shinholster, and this is my song called Butterflies.
The other day I heard my name whispered in the air. I had no face for the voice, but I knew you were there. They said I was trouble, that I needed two guardian angels. And though you got nobody in the light, I see you at different angles. In the sky I see outlines of mother and child. And sometimes in my mind I picture your smile. Whenever I see sunsets, I see your favorite colors and a hello. The sun rays break through the clouds and form your golden halo. And though I never met you, I know you're standing right by my side. And when I want to see you, I look for butterflies. Sending me signs here and there, telling me that everything's alright. You're my butterflies. You're my butterflies. You're my butterflies. You're my butterflies. The other day I heard my name whispered in the air. I had no face for the voice, but I knew you were there.
Thank you. Thank you.